Hi, my name is Sylvie. I am a certified health coach and yoga instructor. Today's video is a crow pose progression to help beginners who have been struggling getting into the crow pose. I learned the crow pose at the age of 43. It's all very fresh in my memory, and I remember searching online, looking up on YouTube for tips to help me get my crow pose. And I'm going to tell you that step 2 of this crow pose progression video is a tip that I didn't see anywhere until much later. So you will definitely benefit from this crow pose progression video. Let's get started with step number 1. Step number 1 is all about preparing yourself with some preparatory poses. And one of the main poses that will help is the Bakasana squat. And so you can practice your squat and that will help get ready. Also, the supine crow pose, you can get on your back and work on the engagement that you need in the crow pose, but on your back. So imagine you're pressing your hands on the mat and you're bringing your knees on your tricep, engaging your core, rounding slightly your upper back. And that is how you can engage your core, learn all the foundational integrations that you need to get your crow pose. Also, that'll help you develop some strength. Another great one to try is the plank. So in your plank pose, imagine you're sucking the ground up through your hands and you're slightly rounding your upper back as you lift your knees in the plank. That's another good way to help prepare for the crow pose. Also, you can try the turbo plank. So bring one knee to your heart. Squeeze your core and think of your hip flexors squeezing, bringing your knee closer and closer to your nose. Step number 2. Now, I told you this is a step that I didn't see anywhere when I was searching online to get my crow pose, and it's using a yoga block. Yes, you will see people use a yoga block, but oftentimes they put the yoga block under their feet, so it helps by lifting your feet higher as you get in your crow pose, but I didn't really feel that was helping. I was still very scared to tip forward even with the block under my feet like that. So what really made a difference for me is when I learned to put the block under my face. I'm gonna show you how. Again, you prepare to get in your crow pose the same way you would do without using a block. So you have your hands in front of your feet, about shoulder width distance apart. You're engaging your fingertips and you're pressing your heart towards your back, rounding your upper back slightly, and then bring your knees as high up as you can on your tricep. And then as you lean forward, you can place your forehead on your block, and that helps remove a lot of the fear that comes with leaning forward in your crow pose. And here you can stay and practice all the engagements. Practice sucking the energy up through your hands, rounding your back, and see how much you can lean forward, get maybe on your toes, and then maybe get to step number 3, which would be your modified crow pose. So just lift one foot off the mat at the time, and that's your modified crow pose. And then take a breather. Next is to get your full crow pose, but still using the block under your forehead. So you're lifting both feet up, but you're supporting yourself with the block. And then maybe you can play around with taking your forehead off the block. And that's not as scary. This way you can just lift up and back down. And then your last step, step number 5, when you're done practicing with a block, you can let go of your block and get your full crow pose. Again, all the same cues apply. You're bringing your knees as high up on your triceps as you can, and then lean forward, cast your heart forward, gaze in front of you, as you are leaning forward, you have to lean far enough to make sure that your elbows are in line with your wrists, and also squeeze your knees together. You're squeezing your thighs together, towards the midline. And that's all. Now you have your crow pose if you keep practicing this video. A lot of crow pose tutorials give you some core exercises to strengthen your core. And yes, strengthening your core is great because you do need core strength to get in your crow pose. You need arm strength, but the crow pose in itself is a great core and arm exercise. Just practicing your crow pose using the steps I gave you in today's crow pose progression will help increase your core strength and your arm strength. I hope you find this tutorial helpful, and see you next week.